Unheard of.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unheard of. I am one of your hosts, ABG, and my co-host over to what would you be on the right of the screen?
People watching, yeah.
On the right is co-host Jerod. So, how you doing this week, Jerod?
Man, I'm doing okay. You folks almost didn't get another one this week just because I've been awful today about recording. Um had a emergency at the house this morning. Basically, I had made chicken quesadillas yesterday for dinner, but the chicken pieces were chopped up tiny pieces. Okay, garbage disposal has taken more in its life before with no problem. But this morning, it didn't want to take it. So got clogged up. I tried a few things, but it wasn't working. Watched some video on YouTube about how to fix it, and it involved, getting all the pipes and everything out. So literally got my hands all dirty today, cuts and everything, because despite the chicken being stuck, there was a metal pipe in our underneath the sink where all the rest of them are. This house is like from the 70s, so there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense. But basically, there was a metal pipe down there connected to the garbage disposal, and it was broken. So I cut my hands because the metal was like breaking down into all the other pipes. So now everything's basically replaced with PVC. I think it looks decent. Garbage disposal's fixed, unclogged. Took me 2 trips to Home Depot, which is why recording time sucked on my end today. But other than that, it's been an okay week. How about you?
Nice, man. Pretty good for me too. Still at home. Just chilling, working, and Odessa's birthday was this week. So shout out to my fiance Odessa.
Happy birthday, Odessa.
Yeah, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Or belated.
She
Sorry.
yeah, belated. She won't listen to this, but
Yeah, well, maybe I do a clip in the back, something on the screen, and maybe she finally checks it out or something.
all right, nice. Yeah, so we went out for her birthday. Just to the mall, got some stuff and ate at Golden Corral.
Nice.
Average, but it was good. It was good. As long as I was with her, it was good.
Yeah.
So,
Well.
but
Oh no,
yes,
go ahead.
yes.
Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Last week we didn't have an episode for you guys because
Last 2 weeks, really.
Jared,
Was the reason.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I'm not sure what was happening the week before that, but last week.
I think I was packing, so I was super busy.
Well, last week we had a wedding in the family.
Good.
Jared's mom got married.
Third time's the charm.
Hopefully, this is it.
Yeah, we flew down there, had a great time. As you can notice, I still sound a little under the weather, just because as soon as I think what's happening is I'm developing allergies as I get older, because I used to not have anything, but now I'm dealing with stuff, it seems like, all the time. Jaden normally takes allergy medication. So he had already been taking it for a few days before we get down to Georgia. And the whole time he's A-okay, nothing wrong with him, not coughing, sneezing, nothing. And the rest of us, myself, Tiff, and Trace, we were not taking any medication. And we hop off that plane, and it seems like something hit us just like immediately. I think it's because we haven't been down south in a while since we haven't been down there in the hot season in a very long time. So I think everything just kind of hit us like right as soon as we got off the plane, and we've all just kind of been feeling terrible since, even a week after the wedding. But I think we're at the tail end of it now. But as far as the wedding goes, you were there. Obviously, we had a great time. It was beautiful. Um, it was hot, man, especially in the reception hall when the AC went out at the
Oh yeah.
and on the floor. I want to point this out just because I don't care. But so when we got to reception, I don't know if you noticed, but they do their first dance and everything. Uh, and then Tiff and me and our boys, we went to go sit down, maybe get a little bite to eat or whatever, right? Uh, the rest of the wedding party was nowhere to be seen. I have no idea where they went for the following like 20 or 30 minutes. And I'm up there like sweating my balls off. And I'm like, where did everybody go? Uh, and then, without the AC working, like 30 minutes passes by, 40 minutes passes by. Uh, and then you're like, dang, man, I got these two young kids. Not only am I sweating, but they're super hot. So, getting ready to go. And then finally people started coming back in. And then mom had to do a dance she wanted to do with Jaden, and Trace tried to step in. What I thought was cute was Jaden when they did the cha cha slide or whatever they call it. Uh, when they did that, Jaden like hopped in there in the last few minutes of the song, and he was just doing it on his own accord. I thought that was pretty cute. Uh, but we had a good time. I mean, I love getting dressed up. So shout out, mom. Hope you and Mark are having the best time on your honeymoon currently. Uh, was a very hot wedding though. I mean, man, that Georgia heat, whew, it gets you, and we were not used to it.
Yeah, that definitely felt like one of the hottest days so far this year.
Yeah,
And just so happens that the AC was messed up inside of the reception area and it was super hot. But we had it was a beautiful wedding. I had a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I mean, congratulations to your mom.
yeah. Mom and Mark have a good one. Hope you'll have great honeymoon as you come back in this week. Uh, but folks, we ain't quitting this show on you. We still lining up for you every month. Moon Knight, man, it finally finished while everything was going on, and I don't know, like, what are your thoughts on the final episodes and how like the show concluded?
I have mixed feelings about Moon Knight. I feel like in theory, like the show was good. Like Oscar Isaac he was great in playing the multiple roles. I guess
Yeah,
technically he had to play, and he did really good in that. I think maybe the supporting cast wasn't too good. I mean, I really didn't care for his wife.
yeah.
Um, and
She had a really cool suit at the end. That Scarlet
oh yeah,
Scarab
yeah.
suit is
I mean,
pretty good.
my favorite character was Tawet Tawet Tawatet
Yeah, I don't know.
the hippo
Tyler
the
to
hippo. She was awesome. She was just happy and bubbly and trying to help uh uh Mark the whole time. So it was really good. I really enjoyed her. Um, but what was the villain's name again? Uh,
well, technically the Egyptian person was Amit, but his
oh no, I'm
name
talking about
is
yeah,
what was his name?
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. We know
we'll
it's
just
Ethan
call
Hawke.
we'll just call him Ethan Hawke. I,
Huh.
I mean, I get, his motives and everything, but I don't. I just felt like it was weak. It's just a little bit weak.
Yeah, they didn't
Um,
do a good study on him because like the first episode of the series, the very first scene is literally him breaking that glass and like putting it in his sandals.
Yeah.
And then you don't ever really see stuff like that tied up with him, and you don't see a story of him being the Moon Knight where he was like Khonshu's uh whatever they call it, avatar.
Avatar. Yeah.
Yeah, because he said he was Khonshu's avatar, but then he got so pissed off at Khonshu, which is why he's doing what he's doing. I'm like, well, some backstory to that would have been nice, but they didn't really tie up any loose ends for him. His name was Arthur Harrow
Yeah,
in the
Harrow. There we go.
in the show, but yeah, they could have tied him up a little better, I thought too.
Yeah. Well, they permanently tied him off at the end, but
Yeah, they did.
but like I mean, everything the fighting was fairly decent. People, I feel like a lot of people kind of talking about the CGI a little, but like I mean, I thought it looked pretty good.
Uh,
Especially the hippo, she looked good. Um, but I mean, I would, if I had to give it a score out of 10 or give it like a ranking, a letter ranking, I would give it like a B minus, maybe like an 8
yeah.
or like a
Well,
7.5.
dang. Yeah.
I wouldn't it's definitely not my favorite Disney Plus show. That is still WandaVision, but it's all right.
Yeah. It's really hard. A lot of Marvel stuff is like not rewatchable like at all. Like you see the movie in theaters and then odds are you might never see it again. Like you might see the show once or the movie and then you'll never see it again. This was probably one of those shows. There's only a few of them, man, that I can go back and rewatch. Like Infinity War was pretty good. Uh, Ragnarok, Thor, that's got some good rewatch value. Uh, Guardians of the Galaxy is pretty good to rewatch. But this show, I don't know. I thought it was okay, but yeah, it's kind of the lower tier of the Disney Plus show so far, but I don't think it's going to be the lowest because I saw the trailer for She-Hulk and I'm pretty sure the worst is coming to Disney.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that She-Hulk is gonna be a hot pile of garbage, and I mean, I don't know. I'm more of a I'll make my judgment as soon as I see it type of person, and I'll probably do this. Ooh, excuse me. I'll probably do the same thing for this show, and just wait for it to all come out and then watch it at once. I am excited though to see Mark Ruffalo back again, as the Hulk. And uh what was his name? The guy who was like the evil evil Hulk?
Oh, his name's like Armageddon or no, no, Abomination. Yeah.
Abomination. Yeah, his the guy who plays him is back as well. So I mean, it could be decent. Mostly everybody's talking about how she looks. So maybe if they're able to nail that down, maybe before it comes out. I don't know. Probably not, but
Yeah.
maybe
Well,
it'll be decent.
I am interested mostly in Mark Ruffalo's Hulk story because in that trailer, it looks like his arms are back to normal. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was like, Thanos was jacked up like after he snapped, and Hulk did the same thing. But I thought that was like going to be some permanent damage to his arm. Like he wasn't going to be back to normal. But I don't know what's going on with Hulk. I'm interested to see his side of the story. But yeah, dude, the CGI in the trailer looks like awful. I mean, it looks ridiculous. I mean, you said you couldn't really tell with Moon Knight. I could tell a little bit just on the head of the costume. When they put the head on, it looks a little weird, but Other than that, it's okay. But man, She-Hulk's trailer looks pretty awful. I mean, her face looks rubbery, and they could have made her huge too. They could have made her exactly like Hulk, but like a woman version instead of like a hybrid, you know. But I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'll,
mean,
I'll I'll probably watch it
I've
still.
seen I've seen online where a lot of people were bringing up that like, oh well, the fact that where that she isn't just this huge built uh Hulk
Yeah,
character, but then people were putting online like these different references to different comic books to where she does just look like a green woman that's
yeah,
strong instead of like, and then some people were putting up some where she is a super built uh
yeah.
character. So I mean, I guess it's just open for their interpretation, for artist interpretation. But
Well, the interpretation is the one where she looks like a woman. They were trying to sexualize her as they did with many comics back in the day with their female characters. I mean, just look at the drawings. Okay, that's what they were doing. But I mean, I don't know. A lot of I mean, you watch movies like Encanto, and you're like, dang, Luce is pretty strong and she's girly. Like you could still make a woman look big and have those like woman, girl, female, whatever you want to call it, attributes, you know, where
oh
she's
yeah,
still like ripped.
oh yeah,
Because the rest is
um,
just like personality, you know, like what do
of
you know, whatever.
course. Um, but I mean, I'm excited, and I do think they're probably just like sexualizing the character too, because I mean, you see her going on dates and taking that one guy home and
Yeah.
stuff, and they're like, oh, she's wearing her nice dress and stuff like that. Like it's gonna be definitely interesting. I think to watch. Hopefully, the Hulk has a big part in the show. I mean, I know it's called She Hulk, but
She Hulk attorney at law. Gotta
yeah,
remember.
I guess, dude, it might as well be Daredevil. Like
Which by the way,
another
they
thing,
announced they're working on a new story.
finally,
Yeah.
but how do you think that these new Marvel shows, these Marvel cinematic studios, the MCU shows stack up against just the Marvel Studios um, show
Like a film.
shows from Netflix. I'm sorry, excuse me. I
Oh,
had to finish my thought.
they don't compare like at all. Well, I mean, so WandaVision is like its own little experiment, which is really cool. Um, which I mean, you have to look at the tone and setting. Like WandaVision is about the way she experiences grief and trauma, which is a really fun way at looking at that show. And then Loki's show is also really cool at the way they go through time and different well, not dimensions, but different realities, basically. Um, but aside from those two shows, none of them stack up with the Netflix shows, like at all, in my book. I mean, Falcon and Winter Soldier is the story sucks. Like, and then of course they do the whole pandering. Like, Anthony Mackie has to have a crowd every time he's in the Captain America suit in that final episode. Uh, Moon Knight's okay, but I don't. They said Moon Knight was going to be really dark. Like it was going to be dark, and it was not dark at all. Like they were still cracking jokes every other line, and I'm like, this is just normal Marvel. Like it's not darker than anything else they've done. And now, from what I hear, Doctor Strange 2 is pretty dark, at least in terms of Marvel uh, movies and such. I haven't got to see it
Yeah,
because I was busy
I
with all the
mean,
wedding stuff. But
it's
I don't.
definitely like a semi horror movie.
Yeah, I mean Sam Raimi is directing, so I'm sure there's some aspects of horror in there. But no, dude, I don't think. It's because like in the Netflix shows, I think they actually cared about the story, and the stories are really, really good. But like in a case like Moon Knight, where they had 6 episodes, there's one episode where nobody knows what the heck is going on. Like they're all around on horses and everything else, trying to get to a map. And really, the only reason that episode even exists so heavily is because the guy playing the dude who owns all those horses and everything, he died. So they dedicated that episode to him, and it doesn't make any sense because like they try to use as much screen time for him as possible. Uh, so they do not care really. Realistically, the stories in these Marvel Disney Plus shows has sucked because they could utilize 6 to 8 hours way better than what they have been. It's basically they have one main point and they're like, how do we get to that point? They don't really care about setting up the characters or anything.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the Netflix shows were leagues better than these
Yeah.
shows. I feel like they definitely went out of their way to make you care about these heroes in those shows more than these characters in the Netflix shows, and I mean in the Disney Plus shows. And hopefully, if they do end up making Daredevil and continuing with Luke Cage, maybe, and Jessica Jones and all that, that they don't get ruined, that they don't that
Yeah.
those qualities that they had don't get lost in translation of making it over to Disney Plus. Because I mean, you got the material right here. It's right. It's all right there. All you have to do is just copy, paste, make it the same way that they were making those.
And I'm pretty afraid that if they do a new like Daredevil show or Luke Cage, that they are going to completely ruin it just based off of Kingpin in Hawkeye. I'm like, I don't know if you watched it, right?
Yeah.
Uh, like, yeah, Kingpin is supposed to be a big dude, but they nearly made this man invincible. Like he was getting blown up and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
and he was just like getting up, no big deal. And and at least in Daredevil, he's a little vulnerable. He's got like a backstory. He's married, cares about his woman. Uh, so I don't know. I have a feeling that unless they bring back the same producers and everything who ran those shows, that they're going to completely bomb it. But
Okay.
gotta have faith, I guess.
True. Also, you guys, we didn't plan this for us to
Yeah,
both be
we
wearing
did.
red shirts for the show, but I mean, I guess it just happened to work out like that.
Yeah,
Jared's is a little more red than mine. Mine is more of a kind of like a maroon type joint, but
yeah.
yeah.
Shout out to Nanny, by the way, because I got this shirt on my Virginia trip at the Nike clearance outlet for like $10,
Yeah.
and it had one of those. Oh, excuse me, I got COVID. Oh,
What
oh,
the?
something caught in my throat real quick. uh,
Were those last few coughs real?
yeah, they were. I
Oh
had
my
something stuck in
god.
my throat. Uh, but I got this shirt in Virginia on my work trip, and it had one of those tags under the shoulder, uh, which are super annoying to me. I hate those tags. So literally, the first day I had it, I ripped it off, and the seam just tore. Uh, so I was like, dang. I brought the shirt down to Georgia, and Nanny sewed it up for me. So thank you, Nanny, for fixing my brand new shirt that I had torn on day one.
I'm sorry, bro. I cannot get over that cough. Just the cough, the initial. Oh, excuse me. I got cold. Oh. Bro, you sound like you were dying there for a second. I don't know. Are
I
you
was
good?
I was for a second. I'm about to have to put in this cough drop. Whew. Low D.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
um, but yeah, that's
You
my
sound like you took a good hit off something good, bro. Right there.
Nah, just my own saliva. That's killing me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, not to laugh at your pain, but I feel like that maybe gives us a good opportunity to switch over to our last topic for this week. I mean, probably keeping it a bit short this week for y'all, but more basketball. You know, the East Coast and the West Coast are in the conference finals, and on the East we have the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics, and on the West we have the Golden State Warriors versus Dallas Mavericks. And
Mhm.
so we each have one team,
On both sides, yeah.
or
Because I think
or
I
both.
said
Did I say? Mm,
because I said like Golden State, and then I called Memphis as my sleeper, but then they got
yeah,
out, and then I had Boston and Milwaukee, but they faced each other in the previous series, and now it's Boston remaining with Miami. So
I know I said Dallas. Did I also say Golden State?
you
I
might
think
have.
I did.
I can't remember.
So I guess I still have two teams there. I mean, of course, only one will win, but that's that was my prediction. So I think
Yeah, I didn't
um
really give the Heat a fair shot, which sucks because they've been playing lights out. so
yeah,
I
they've been going crazy. The way that they beat us, I was like, oh god dang
yeah
it, they're definitely gonna be the team to beat in the East. But I know I also said I know I said Toronto and I think I said Boston. And so Boston, of course, is still in, and Toronto, of course, got their asses handed to them.
they did they did.
Was it
uh,
by Boston? Who do they play? They play the 76ers.
yeah,
That's who they
I thought they
played.
got swept, or it was like 4-1 or something like that.
They didn't get swept. I think they won two.
Oh,
I'm at
oh yeah,
4-2.
yeah, because they were talking about Doc Rivers being like the worst coach ever, because people were thinking that they could come back and he
Yeah,
would have blown like a 3-0 series lead.
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so far I feel like these games have been the East is a good has been a pretty good series right now. I mean, two blowouts, but the West, Golden State has handed Dallas they've asked twice now in a
I've been killing
row.
them.
So
It doesn't even matter if Lucas scores 40 because the rest of his team can't keep up.
they got it's not like they don't have the talent on that
Yeah,
team. They got I really like Jalen Brunson. And I mean I haven't really paid much attention to his game until these playoffs, but I really like him.
he's good. Uh, and to be fair, even if they get swept, which I don't think will happen,
I
um,
hope not.
but even if they lose, like Dallas hasn't gotten out of the first round in like 10 years. So this season is like a huge success for them. Jason Kidd's first year head coaching, and first year head coach of the Mavericks.
Yeah, for
And
them, yeah.
yeah, and he's taking them to the conference finals. So man, they're I mean, Luca and the Mavs are probably about to really be that type of team to mess with in the near future. Man, I don't know. Their games, yeah, Golden State's been kind of handing them the business. What's killing me about the Heat and the Celtics is like Jason Tatum should be that dude. And then out of nowhere, he'll have a game where he just scores like 10 points. Uh, and they lose. Like, I'm like, dang, dude, like Jason Tatum is that guy. And they're able to lock him down every now and then. It happened like once or twice in the Milwaukee series too. So I don't know. But that series has been pretty good. Miami's defense is like insane.
Yeah, they're going crazy.
They just play so
Um,
good. I mean, I can't believe that's probably like my worst take so far of the playoffs because I really didn't think they were going to make that much noise.
yeah, I mean, I thought it would be more even against when they played the Hawks, and then just a couple games in, I was quickly proven wrong,
Yeah.
just by like their ability, especially like once they get their defense set, it's tough. They are a tough team, and Jimmy Butler is. I mean, I feel like people have this conversation every time Jimmy goes deep in the playoffs. They're like, "Damn, Jimmy Butler's good." I mean, maybe he's just been good this entire time.
I, he's been good.
I feel like he's one of those players who don't make a lot of noise during the regular season until
Yeah.
people kind of count him out, and then by the time it's the playoffs, and then when they go on a deep run, they I mean it's just kind of like takeover time for him.
Because he's
So he
also,
clicks.
yeah, he's also not selfish, which is, I think, why we don't hear a lot about him. Because even in that game where they just beat Boston, I think he only had like 12 points or something like that. Uh, Even he didn't score a lot. I mean, he's been going off most of the playoffs, but one
He
of
does
those
not.
selfless dudes, puts it all out on the line every single game. Uh, which I don't know why he doesn't get a lot of respect because he doesn't sit out games really for much of anything. Uh, and I'd say he's one of I'd say he's like one of the superstars in the league, but I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't get a lot of respect. I don't know. It's weird, but he's been going off this year, and obviously in the bubble he was in the finals that year with the Heat too. So maybe maybe the Heat should be respected a little more because they were like the number one seed, right?
Yeah, they were the number
So
seed, which is why we had to play them because we are freaking eighth.
yep.
But yeah, no, they just have proven themselves time and time again this season as a very superior defensive and offensive team. I mean, I guess I could have said on both sides of the ball, but they, I mean, it's not just Jimmy. He's got. I mean, you got Bam Adebayo
Yeah.
uh, down low. Then they got Max Struess, who has just been shooting the lights out
Yeah,
of
he
every
has.
arena that they've been playing in. And Tyler Hero, I don't know. I mean, he's been decent coming off the bench. So
Yeah. It's just weird. I mean, yeah, man, the Heat forced to be reckoned with when it comes to their personnel. It's weird to talk about Harrow because he's like, yeah, six man of the year, but I mean, he's kind of in a bunch of commercials and stuff too, where he's kind of treated like this superstar. I'm like, he's not even like a starter on the team. But
that's true.
I don't know. The Heat, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm dead wrong and the boss and the Celtics don't win because the Heat have been playing really good. So if they make it to the finals, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah, I feel like that series is a toss up for me right now. Because I mean, it's what they've only played two games, right? Are there any games today?
Three. They've played three games and the Heat are leading 2-1. But
Oh, did they play? Did they play yesterday?
yeah,
Oh man, I missed that.
that's
So
that's why I
then,
said Tatum scored like 10 yesterday, and
okay,
I think Jimmy Butler may have scored like 16 or something like that because he didn't. I think I said 10. Could have been less, but he didn't. He got injured anyways too. So, but they still won the game. Uh, so yeah, today you got Golden State and the Mavs. Golden State leads 2-0, but obviously it's going back to Dallas. So who knows how that home court helps the Mavs? Maybe they win a game or two.
yeah. I mean, I feel like in that series that Golden State is probably the stronger team. They definitely have the players who have been in this position before, time and time again. They have
Yeah.
the championships to prove it. So they have more seasoned guys on their squad, which is probably a huge help. But I mean, I feel like Luca definitely isn't gonna shy away from this opportunity. So hopefully maybe they'll be able to pull out a game or two. But I definitely see Golden State going to the finals in that
Yeah,
series.
I think so too. I think so. Uh, yeah, folks, we know this one's going to be a short one. We'll try to get back in the swing of things here soon. Uh, maybe a longer episode next week. I keep saying we're trying to get guests on. We are, but it's almost like nobody wants to be on the show anymore, y'all. We reach out to people and they ain't able to join. So it is what it is. But we'll
Yeah,
keep doing
man.
our thing.
Of course,
Uh,
we're not gonna stop.
yeah.
No, we have another show on here that we not another show on here, but another show. They've stopped
Yeah, there's another
and
syndicated show.
they have no. I don't think they have any plans of starting back up. But I mean, if they do, awesome. Not hating on them, but
We're getting close to 2 years of Unheard of. 2 years. Pretty good accomplishment.
yeah, and I think I'm gonna finally go out this week and get me a mic, an actual nice mic
Oh,
to use, so I don't have to use the headphones anymore. I mean, headphones to listen, but mic to
yeah.
speak out with, of course.
I got this one on Amazon that our boy Ethan actually recommended when my Yeti quit. Uh, this Amazon branded one for like 40 to $50 compares to those huge Yetis, and it sounds pretty good from what I can tell. So, yeah, man, I'd say that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, folks, we're gonna start winding it down. I'm gonna get into my closing thoughts. Uh, you know what? I want everybody to enjoy life. Uh, and don't be a whiner like Nick Saban. Okay, nobody likes a whiner. Uh,
Bro, I
because
totally forgot about that, bro. We should have talked about that this week, man. Nick Saban crying about other teams having opportunities with the NIL deals, man.
dude,
What a fucking baby.
he literally last season, before the season started, he was like, "Oh yeah, Bryce Young, he made like pretty sure close to $1 million in NIL deals," and then he starts complaining about like Texas A&M and stuff like that. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
you
bro.
know,
Now
good
that
thing
the
that
playing
Jimbo
field is
responded.
oh yeah, now that the playing field is more level, people who have been ahead for all this time, they just don't like it.
Dude, and Nick Saban's resume is what it is. Like he could have not said anything,
Yeah.
and he's still going to be considered like the greatest football college coach, like of all time. But the man goes out there and says dumb stuff like that when Jimbo responds and says like, "Yeah, go ask God how he built the earth or whatever, and see what comes up or how he made his deal." So I'm like, I don't know if that was the right choice of words, Nick, because I'm pretty sure if you dig up some stuff like Jimbo's saying, they probably paid some players on the side, maybe like in their parents' name or something, or it was in a trust they
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
see. So,
Oh yeah. I mean,
Tua was
it was
broke. Y'all remember that? Tua Tagovailoa said he was dirt poor when he came to Alabama, and then they had a pretty nice place before they left to go to
oh
Miami.
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe there's some influence there helping parents get good jobs and everything like that.
Bro, there's this really good uh meme that came from that came from this whole Jimbo giving a comment on the NIL stuff. I hope I can find it. Hold on.
Go ask God how he made his deal. Or like, dang, dude. And what's crazy is people talk about how close those guys are. And
Yeah.
Jimbo's like, nah, I'm not returning his calls. He done broke that bridge or something like that. and
Damn.
and Deion Sanders was like, he's just using us as a pawn to get more money from his boosters to pay more players like he's accusing people of.
Exactly. Hold on, wait. I'm still trying to find this. Maybe we can cut this part a little bit.
Man. Dang. I tell y'all what, while Arthur's searching, I'm gonna go on a little rant about airline prices. I don't know if anybody's been trying to trying to fly somewhere this summer, but it's virtually impossible. Okay. Prices are insane. Even for my family of four, we have already spent pretty much over $4,000 this year on flights to come down there and see our loving family, which we've got a couple more trips planned that we're already paid for. But aside from that, I don't know if it's going to happen again. Want to know why? Because these airline prices. I know gas is going up, but you know what? I don't even care. Airlines have been trying to screw us since last year, getting their money back from the pandemic. And I, for one, will not stand for it. I'm putting it out there. And only because the TSA continues to do what they do, and I hate them. So I'm going to complain about the airline prices just because that's in the same category to me.
Yeah, no lie. I was gonna be working in California, and then I was looking at prices to maybe fly Odessa over there while I was there. Not California, excuse me, in Oregon. And
Dude,
it was expensive. Just for one way, it was like almost $700.
Let me tell y'all, man, I'm like a little bummed, but I'm not bummed. My organization was planning a business summit in Washington to go out to Seattle and everything because home of Microsoft and everything. They had 2 dates in mind, 2 weeks to go out there. And both of those weeks worked for me and our family. So I was like, all right, cool. Maybe I'll get to go to Seattle. And then they said, no, not for me. And then they said, you know what? Everybody's going. But they changed it to my birthday week. And on top of that, Trace has some medical stuff going on. So I was like, dang, now I can't even go to Seattle and Redmond out there in Washington State. But it's going to be fine because that's probably a state that I'd like to take Tiff to because I hear it's pretty beautiful out there. So I'd rather go out there together first.
Nice. Man, I don't think I'm going to be able to find it.
And when are you looking at going back to work as far as traveling?
Yeah, no clue. No clue. I've just been chilling. I mean, I was in South Carolina a couple weeks ago, but it was only for a couple days. But
Gotta watch out with that knee, man. You don't want them to cut you again like they did during the pandemic.
listen, my knee has actually gotten a lot better. I've been back on it, been playing basketball. I'm actually working on my shot. I am trying to make it better, which I mean, I feel like I was a decent shooter before.
Yeah, because at this point in your life, you're getting ready for the NBA. So you got to work on that shot.
No, not even that. Not even that. I just want to work on it to be more consistent. I just want to be better. I just want to be a better basketball player. I mean, I know I only play pickup games. I'm not like in a men's league or anything like that. But
you should.
Yeah,
I did one year. It was pretty fun. Like an adult pickup league. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want my shot to look better, and I want it to be more consistent.
Yeah.
And so I've been listen. The most hurtful thing somebody has ever said to me in my life is that my shooting form is ugly, and I mean, not even that. She was a basketball player. It was a lady. She was like, "Oh, what's that shot?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
It's better than mine. People tell me I shoot like Sean Marion out there. Like, I mean, as long as it gets the job done.
Yeah, as long as it goes in, right? It doesn't matter. But I just wanted to. I want to actually do the whole hand on the side, one hand
Oh
behind the
yeah,
ball, and shoot like that, elbow, you know.
yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So
oh well, you'll get there, bro. But yeah, folks, we Arthur wasn't able to find it, so my closing thoughts are still don't be a whiner like Nick Saban. And I hope everybody just has a great week. You can find me on Twitter at Jerod Evans, and I'll pass it over to ABG.
yeah, man. Listen, it's getting hot. It's getting hot out there. So I'm sorry, I'm still looking. I'm still looking for this meme. um, it might not have been Jimbo. It might have been a Dabo thing. Um, Dabo. Yeah, can't find it. Sorry. Maybe I'll find it after this, and then we'll have Jared put it in or something when he's editing. But it's getting hot. If you're gonna be outside, wear some sunscreen. Try to stay cool. Bring you maybe like one of my most favorite thing I've seen this summer, and I've seen it a lot. And I started to see it last summer too. But those little like fan things you can hook to your neck, and
Oh
it
yeah,
has two fans that blow right into your face. Get you one of those. It's
yeah.
because
We're
I'm telling you, it's hot.
we're evolving as a society.
Yeah. So stay cool as best you can. I keep mentioning that it's getting hot because I don't have anything else to say. So since I don't have anything else to say, you can find me on Twitter at young ABG, and that's young without the O. And I'm sorry, that is young underscore ABG, and young without the O. And you can find us on Twitter at unheard underscore of pod. That's going to be the same on Instagram. Unheard underscore of pod, Facebook, unheard of. Look us up, Twitter, links, not Twitter, YouTube, we're everywhere, except for, no, the only place that you can hear us is Spotify.
Yeah,
So, yeah, but you can also find us on YouTube because we record these. So you can see our faces. Um, yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
all right. Well,
That was probably one of
folks.
my more chaotic outros.
Yeah. Oh well, gets the job done like the shot. Um, but yeah, folks. Thank you if you're tuning in after our 2 week hiatus. Thank you. And as always, we love you, we hear you, and we hope you hear us here at Unheard of.
Unheard of.